So recapping, Justin Fields goes to the Jets. I mentioned this yesterday. That was probably going to happen. And then I said, hasn't he suffered enough? But this is we got Justin Fields. We don't have any expectations here. We don't. We're good. Let's just kind of ease into the season, and then we'll end the season, and then we'll try to figure out where we're going after that. Seahawks grab Sam Darnold. That's a team-friendly deal. And it's $100 million, but it's not. It's $55 million. And Sam signed for what I've been saying for years now. Quarterbacks need to find a sweet spot. He's not going to get $50 million. He wasn't going to get $50 million. He probably cost himself $25 million the way he played the last 2 games of the season. But Seattle gets Sam Darnold. You don't have weapons. You don't have a good offensive line. Now the music's good in Seattle. Some good food up there in Seattle. Commanders got Laremy Tunsil. So, and I understand this from both sides here with the Texans, because the Texans are changing, I guess, their offensive philosophy, their offensive line philosophy, new offensive coordinator. Now, I don't want to go too deep into the weeds, but Laremy Tunsil had 1 more year, and then he would be, he's always asking for a contract extension or a pay raise. But, all right, you get something for him. You got trade value, you got something for him, but you have a quarterback who was sacked the second most times. That's why Caleb Williams kind of made everybody forget about what happened in Houston. Houston had a terrible offensive line. Now, they were in a bad division, but ended up making the playoffs. A lot of injuries, certainly at the skill position. But I get it. The Commanders are all in. I love it. I love the teams that go, we got this opportunity. Now, do I think the Commanders are going to be as good next year? It's weird. I don't. I think that it was, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden, I think they had, 6 or 7 games that were decided final possession. You're not going to win all of those like they did. You're probably going to win 3 of those, maybe 4. That's, 3 or 4 different outcomes here for you. I think they take a step back, even though they, went out and got Debo, another year of experience for Jaden Daniels. But I've been around this sport so long that these things happen. Like the Texans, they were like, oh my God, came out of nowhere. And then they regressed a little bit this year. They did make the playoffs, but I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. But Tunsil, going to the Commanders, he gave up 2.5 sacks last year. That, and considering your quarterback was under duress as much as any other quarterback except for Caleb Williams, Tunsil did have a pretty good year. I think he led the league, though, in penalties. Josh Sweat goes to the Cardinals. What were his parents thinking? Josh Sweat? Like, it's just, that's one of those.
It's like a name that flows.
Josh Sweat. Yeah, it feels like it's Josh Sweat. How about Joshua Sweat? Yes, Marvin.
Yeah, I enjoy Joshua Sweat.
Yeah, said Josh Sweat. Yeah. Yeah. Just, being an announcer, broadcaster, that's what I don't even know how good he's going to be for the Cardinals. I just know I'd hate to have to pronounce his name. And Josh Sweat. Josh, period, pause, comma, semicolon, Sweat. It's like Kirk Cousins. You say Kirk Cousins, and it sounds like it's K-U-R-T Cousins. Yes, Paul.
You're right. I had never really said his name aloud. I just did it 3 times. I messed it up 2 out of the last 3 times. Josh Sweat.
Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat.